Hold for train. Excuse me, partner. I've been sent on account of my employer to retrieve goods produced by one beholden out for a hero. They're a greenhorn posse, but they sure are trying to make a name for themselves. Rumor has it that Record 21 is floating around these parts. The record allegedly has a picture of horse withers on the cover. I would imagine it to look an awful like that record you're holding right there. Why don't you make this easy for the both of us and hand it over now? This ain't worth losing your life over. You want to listen to it first? No can do, friend. Now give it. I ain't gonna ask again. Well, you should have led with that. A little generosity can go a long way. I'll be back in 2 hours. That should give you plenty of time. But any funny business, and I will make hell itself look like a vacation, you hear? See you around, partner.
One, two, three, clap.
Oh.
Don't be mad.
Oh no.
I might be a second late.
Oh, I heard them all come in at the same time.
I heard a stagger.
That's right, I have a script. Hello, and...
Yeah, it's on you, gamer.
I was like, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for me. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Holding Out for a Hero. I am Nico, the DM for this campaign, and I always forget that I have a script. Today's session question is, if you had to choose a different class for your character, what would you choose and why? And for the interest of time, I'm going to skip answering on this one, so...
No, what would a Drazen's class be?
What is a Drazen's class
Izzy's.
anyway?
He would be a wizard, I think, if he were actually a fighter.
I feel like he'd be a barbarian and he'd just release all that unbridled rage that he has from dealing with customers.
He likes to think of himself as a barbarian, but he's a wizard.
Ooh. Yeah.
I spoke up, so I'll go next. Hi, I'm John, and I play Patches. If Patches was not a paladin, he would be a barbarian. And specifically, his new subclass would be Barbarian. So every time he raged, he was turned into a real bear.
Oh my god.
That would've been good.
That was actually the original conceit for the character.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's like Pinocchio, but better.
Pinocchio, except he kills you.
No, so just like Pinocchio.
Someone's written that fan fiction somewhere.
There's a game about it coming out.
Oh?
I don't know anything else about it. Popcorn. Raina.
Okay. Hi, I'm Raina. I played Gem. And if Gem was a different class, I think she would, honestly, I think she'd be a spellcaster. I think she'd probably be a sorcerer. Because it would fit with her stupid little elven noodle arms, so obviously the martial classes aren't working out. And yeah.
She has 1% her bloodline that would give her extra powers.
That's
She's
true.
not a 1%er.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, she's a negative 1%er now. But yeah, so no special powers from a 1%er bloodline, no sir. Okay, Popcorn Ashley.
Everything you say, Rita, always just sounds so believable.
You know, it's my inherent honesty because I never tell lies.
Isn't that also kind of the conceit of Eberron is based on your bloodline, you really do become more of a 1%er with the dragon marks.
It's partially, or at least the way I'm running it, it's partially bloodline based, but it's also like there's an element of randomness to it.
Nice. Hi, I'm Ashley, and I play Miki with the double E, the tiefling bard.
That threw me for a loop for a second. I was like, where?
I mean, the easy answer is if Miki was another class, like cleric would be really easy. I think Miki as a character concept fits really well in cleric already. I think it'd be really cool if Miki was a rogue, or a monk, actually, because I think I tend to play characters that are really AoE with spells, and sometimes I really just want to have my characters get in there and throw some punches.
Monk would actually, I could see Monk. That would work really well.
Now, if Miki had wings, that would be totally different, and I would make her a barbarian for sure. Elaine.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I play Kitty with an IE, our newly discovered gnome artificer.
Fake news.
In my head, I was like, no, she's human. And then I was like,
We literally, this is like the worst gaslighting.
If you've already got the cast gaslights themselves on your bingo card, check that off.
So, I think if Kitty were not an artificer, she would either be a wild magic sorcerer just because the chaos would fit, or she would be a blood hunter, probably Order of the Mutant.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Miki could be a gunslinger in another world.
That's true.
This is true. This is true.
I was gonna yeehaw that because I'm playing a lot of Red Dead, but I then thought about how it's not necessarily a yeehaw gunslinger, but you know.
And how many horses do you currently have, Nico?
Only 2. No wait, only 1 because I haven't even got to the stables yet, so
Oh.
yeah.
Damn.
Didn't you have
Tragic.
like 5 at one point?
He just
I
restarted
did,
the game.
but I restarted the game because I didn't want to be
Ah.
John Marston, and Arthur Morgan needs to live his horse girl dreams, and I can't do that as John Marston, so I had to restart.
And also, he finished the game. Like, for
Yeah, and
those of you
also I
wondering.
finished the game.
Listeners, if you agree that Arthur Morgan is a horse girl, interact with us on our Instagram or a TikTok at Beholding Out for a Hero on Instagram or Beholding Hero on TikTok.
And tell your local horse girls about us.
And if you're Belgian, interact with us on Instagram or the Beholding Out for Hero TikTok. But only if you're Belgian.
And the session summary for today, John, take it away.
We're gonna lose our Belgian listener.
On this podcast, we single you out, everyone, especially you, Emily.
We're so small that you're special.
One Belgian listener, you're the new Emily. Congrats.
Should we name them Hans or something?
No, they're also just gonna be named Emily.
Yeah, Emily and Emily too. Belgian Emily, Bemily.
Belgian Emily
All right.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Emily and Bemily, this session summary goes out to you.
I almost spat my drink. Thank you.
All right, so we was in the final round, right? The final round of this big fight ring that we've been doing. I got grandfathered in because, you know me, I'm the Memphis Menace. Let's go. But before they started it, they were like, hey, here's this prisoner that we have. You have to kill them. That's the final round. Whoever does it wins. And I was like, no. So I talked with Lee, who was there with me. And Lee was also like, I'm not so sure about the, moral questions were brought up. And I was like, let's see if we can find this person, ask what was going on. So the fight starts, right? The insect guy runs off. Lee runs off. I runs off. Run off. Sorry.
Use guys.
Miki's trying to get me back on the grammar thing. She got me that new Hooked on Phonics book.
Phonics
Right.
for Warforge.
Yeah, that's right. And I was like, gotta find this woman. I found her. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, oh, just some stuff. So I used a cool spell and I said, confess. And then she did, and she was like, nah, I was just defending myself. And I was like, oh, shit. So, learning about this, I was like, what's your name, Chief? And she said her name was Ladrill, and I said that my name was the Menthis Menace, which was later undercut by one of my companions who just called me Patches, but I don't really know that that's
Me.
going to be a problem.
Me. I am the problem.
Miki, what are you doing in my flashback? Get out of here. Anyway, Shadrill was attacked outside of Zilspar by, some people, and I was thinking maybe it might be related to some of the stuff that's going on with me, but there are so many groups of bandits all over the world. So I figured, you know what? Let's just get this woman out of here. I met up with Lee. I was like, yeah, we can't. Killing this person would really... It would do nothing for anyone, really, except for the people who are clearly in power here. So I got up on the tallest thing I could find and told the audience to go crazy. I told them riot, break stuff, and they did, because again, I'm the Menthis Menace, baby. And so with the cover that earned us, I got Ladrill out of there. Lee helped us get out. Turns out she and Jem know each other, and as most of Jem's relationships are, it's not in a good way.
Oh. Ow.
And luckily, I was able to get Lieutenant Sparkles over so that we could, get a getaway really going. Long story short, she had a tracking device on her, Ladrill did, and I slapped that on Lieutenant Sparkles and said, just go the other way. So Lieutenant Sparkles is out there leading someone on a wild goose chase, and we're slipping through districts thanks to Kitty's really good knowledge of cities, which, not to extend this summary longer than it has to be, but I've always been curious about how Kitty is so good with cities if she grew up in the middle of nowhere.
She learned from the best, baby!
Oh, thank goodness. Jem's in my flashback, too. Jem, can you get Kitty and ask her what's going on there?
Yeah, hold on. Hey, Kitty!
Yeah?
How do you learn to be so good with streets?
Oh, when you grow up with a lot of sand, you have to learn how to navigate with little to no landmarks.
Okay. Let me tell him real quick. So Patches, she said that when you live in the sand, you need to learn how to distinguish things with almost no landmarks. So I guess the city's easy street for her.
Okay, I see. Because of all the landmarks, it's sort of a navigational. She just has the navigator's sense.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was take a left at the chameleon out there. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, to answer your earlier question, Patches, we always take up free real estate in your brain.
Yeah, you're hallucinating this right now.
That explains it. Yeah, I've already got 3, so what's 3 more? Let's get into it.
What?
Very nice. Thank you, John.
Thanks, team.
And with that,
Sprinkle in a little lore drop.
we have last left off. I believe when we ended the last episode, it was nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
The group had just left the crater area, that district, and you guys had wanted to go to the Wet Eagle to collect your things, and then possibly go to the Tyrants to seek shelter for the night. So, arriving at the Wet Eagle in the dead of night, as you guys usually do, Adrazen is not surprised when you all come in, is slightly surprised when you seeing a new face, and greets you all when you come in.
Did I ever roll for Ladrill?
Oh, I don't think any of
know.
us did, because we couldn't see her face.
Yeah, I don't think
Let
y'all
me
did.
fix that.
think we did, but I don't remember what anyone got.
Advantage. Ooh, she's a 9.
And for once, she's not a drow.
Wait, Ladrill's a drow?
She's not a drow.
Oh.
I rolled a 10.
I was gonna say, if she was a drow, she's an automatic 10.
Oh, she's a 10.
Oh, wow, she's
We will all
universally hot.
defend her with our lives.
I got a 5.
Oh, except for Patches. Walking into the Wet Eagle, Adrazen greets you all. Hello again. Is your friend going to take her own room, or...
Adrazen, we're leaving. If anybody asks about us, we were never here.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Adrazen, do you even know her names?
Not anymore. It's probably for the best.
That's what I thought.
Patches points to Jem, and he says, "That's Wallace."
I'm Gromit.
This is Ben, and this is Jerry.
I want to be Jerry.
Okay, Kitty's Jerry.
And this is Tom.
Okay.
I like smack Patches on the shoulder and I'm like, go get your stuff. Come on.
Ow! Okay. I go get my stuff.
While they do that, can I kind of stick close to the front and just keep an eye on the street and make sure no one's gonna ambush us?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Do I trust myself? No, I don't. I mean,
Are
yes, I
we-
do.
Technically getting everyone's stuff?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Y'all can take turns.
Yeah, we can take turns though, so someone else can
Okay.
watch it. But
It won't take that long.
I was unsure if Jem kept all of her stuff in Kitty's pack.
I think so, right?
It's always available to anybody who wants to stick anything in there.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly rocks. That's going to be a 25.
25. Yeah, you are fairly certain that you are not being followed. There's a bit of sparse foot traffic, although you being, a paranoid motherfucker, it's not unusual for this street, and it looks like more or less the usual.
Okay.
I'll bring Katie up with me and just stuff everything in her bag.
Perfect.
Except for my armor, which I'm gonna put on.
With assistance, it'll take you less than 10 minutes to get your armor on.
Well, I can just squeeze in there. I can just squeeze in from the top.
Yeah, that's true. Do the same rules apply when you don't have bones?
With assistance, I'll say no. You can put it on in like 4 minutes.
Ayo.
He's gotten good at it.
It's like putty.
Alrighty. With all your stuff collected, where y'all headed?
We were gonna check the tyrants, see if they could house us for a night.
Yeah?
Sure. So you're going to Honest Faces?
No, to, oh my god. one
Velvets?
second. Velvets. I was like, it's the name of a fabric. Plush?
We're gonna go to
No.
Felt's.
Yeah, I was like, Felt's? No, that's
We're
not
gonna go
it.
to Cheesecloths.
We're gonna go to Tool.
bad.
It's right next to the Wet Eagle. The Cheesecloths.
Is it the attached restaurant that also no one patronizes?
Yeah, the one that's like a front but has like really good food.
Yeah.
That's where Bedrazen lives. Brazilian Adrazen.
Brazilian.
Hola, bon dia.
Yeah, you walk into Velvet's and are met with the familiar sight of the same staff that you've seen there previously.
Just before we totally bail, do we have any cloak or anything we can give to Ladrill?
Oh, I had cloaks in my bag. I can give her one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cloaks up. Super stealthy.
Super
Taking all the
sus-looking.
precautions for once.
Yeah.
Miki takes off her hat and puts it in the bag as if that's really going to make a difference.
I'm armored up and dementhist.
Nice.
Why does that sound like deloused? Like it has the same connotation.
I was just thinking he's not like spearmint spicy anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like... I think it just gives me like... It sounds like he just came out of rehab or something.
I'm 3 years Memphis free. I haven't had a single processed soybean.
But yeah, Jem, walking up to the front desk at Velvet's, you are greeted by Jane, the human woman at the front desk. How can I help you?
Hi, we're gonna need a place to stay for the night. Can we crash here by any chance?
Just a room? What size?
I look back at the group and I go,
Grande.
Grande, medium?
Venti?
Sure. We can do a medium room. Would you like any furnishings?
Yeah, just a
Mini
bed.
fridge.
A furnace.
A bed and an icebox?
A kitchenette, an electric kettle, 2 beds, a shower, a basin, a bidet, and if you can throw it in an electric blanket.
Is the bidet attached to a toilet?
It's just standalone. It's just a hose.
I'll see what we can get together, and I'll let you know when it's ready.
No, I'm just kidding. Just beds and like the bare essentials. It's fine. It doesn't need to be fancy.
You see her marking off a lot of things on her list.
I'm so sorry. You should know. You should know. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you.
It's no trouble. So, just a bed? Or 2 beds?
A couple beds, yeah, if you can spare them.
And there was only one bed.
I mean, I think that it's going to be real interesting with how many of you?
Can I like on the side just whisper, "Give us 4 beds."
Yeah.
4 beds?
Just 4, trust me.
She nods at you and says, "That can be prepared shortly. Please, have a seat." And she just gestures to the lobby. She turns around and gives her a little slip of paper up to the navigator upstairs, and the navigator disappears for a little while.
Is
Smoke is still there, yes.
Smoke!
He's
That's
still
right!
looking down at all of you from the top
Can I-
second story.
I'm gonna go like, hey, how's it going? it's my guy.
He
Is this the tiefling from before?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
He nods at you and gives you a small wave in much less familiarity than Jem is showing.
Can I give him one of those like bro, like you clasp the hands together, then like smack him on the back kind of handshake greetings?
Yeah, you have to go all the way up to the second story to do that, though.
That's fine. Like it's just stairs.
Sure. Yeah. He reluctantly does the bro greeting with you. Hello again, Jem.
Hello, here I am.
What trouble are you bringing us today?
Oh, I never bring in trouble. You know that. We were just on this side of town tonight, and, you know, it was too far to walk back to our usual inn. And, you know, it is what it is. It's no trouble.
Of course, he says, and he looks at the hooded figure that walked in with you.
I'm just gonna casually, like, slide into the view. Block it. Listen. You know, you meet someone working at Raskin Bobbins. Have you ever been there? Have you tried their dirt flavor? It's really solid.
I recommend long pork.
Yeah, Katie loves the long pork flavor.
No thanks. That doesn't sound, I'm gonna be honest, at all very appealing. It sounds actually really terrible, both of those flavors.
What?
How about Bullywug Marsh?
I don't know what that means. Those just sounds like words.
Yeah, Smoke, where are you from anyway? Here, come down, come chat with us, come hang out with us. We're friends, right?
I'd really rather not.
If Jem said that to me, I too would be hesitant.
All of you people are so hurtful on purpose.
Let's just keep it professional. And he gives you like a pat on the shoulder.
Are we not friends, Smoke?
Friends is a strong word.
I wormed my way into this organization, and we're not even friends? Are we even work acquaintances?
We're work acquaintances, yeah.
Okay, well, alright. I'll see you later, I guess. I'm just gonna trudge back downstairs, and my ears are gonna droop, and maybe all sad.
Soon, you hear a short whistle from the navigator who reappears. The half-elf woman at the top of the stairs looks at you all and makes a motion for you to come upstairs. The woman at the front desk says, "Oh, that would be your room."
Thanks so much.
Thank
I forgot
you.
y'all had to pay. She wouldn't forget, though, but I forgot. Me, the DM, forgot. She tells you
Do
that,
I get an employee
for-
discount?
No. For a medium room with 4 beds, that's gonna be 1 gold.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was
Damn.
okay.
Good rates.
I'll do it. I'll cover it. It's fine.
As we walk in, I want to like kind of hold Ladrill and Kitty behind Miki and Jem. So when they walk in and see just 4 beds, I say, "Oh no, there's only 4 beds. Some of us are gonna have to share. Here's what we'll do: nose goes." And I've already held Kitty and Ladrill's hands up to their nose, and I'm touching my own.
I turn around, look at Patches, and go, "Cute that you think we're not sharing a bed."
Oh, I just sleep on the floor. I can't sleep in beds.
Shit.
Problem solved. Maybe you should have asked for 4 floors, Patches.
Next time.
That was really thoughtful of you to get a bed for everybody.
Kitty's gonna look up at Patches. What? Why am I touching my nose?
It was so you could get a bed for just you.
So if I want a bed, I touch my nose?
Always.
Okay.
All right, I guess we're going with this.
And Ladrill is like, "This is a very strange district. I don't think I've ever been here."
Have you been to Sharn before?
I have, although which areas I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been here. And Sharn is such a big place.
Have we introduced ourselves yet?
I was just gonna say, oh, by the way, I'm Kitty.
We've borderline kidnapped this woman.
We de-kidnapped her.
We
Re-kidnapped
re-kidnapped her. Hi, I'm Miki. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You guys are all friends with the Menthith Menace?
You can just call me Patches.
Alright, Patches. I'm Ladrill.
I'm Jem. And this is Kitty.
With an IE.
With an IE.
Kitty with an IE. Okay.
You got any more magic stuff you need me to deal with?
No, I believe that's the only device that they put on my person.
Do you like poetry?
Sure. I mean, I'm not much of a poet myself, but I do enjoy reading it.
Great. Miki, can I have some paper?
Hold on, real quick. I want to say something to you and then ask you a question. The first is, don't feel pressured to do anything that we tell you or ask you to do ever.
All right.
We are under no obligation.
Miki points thumbs at Kitty downwards and up at Jem and goes, especially these two.
What?
We're just fun. Sorry.
Second question. Where can we take you that you will be safe?
Can you tell us what happened? Why were you in that arena to begin with?
Yeah, who are you?
Well, I believe I'm no more than just a traveler. I I don't think I've made great enemies. Well, maybe except for these ones. But what had happened was I was traveling, as I do, seeing different areas of Covert that I haven't before and seeing how I can help with. You know, the war has affected many different people in many different ways, and I like to go around and see the world now that travel is more open and see where I can help. And I was traveling with a caravan when we were attacked, and beyond defending ourselves, I'm not sure what other enemies I've made.
Do you have any inkling of who those people were that attacked you?
Did they say anything? Refer to themselves in any way?
Speak in any particular language?
Well, I believe most of them were human, if not all of them. I didn't get a clear look at every single one of them, but many of the attackers were human, and I believe them to be either bandits or kidnappers of sorts. There was something that stood out in my mind when we were attacked. We had there were 11 of us in total in the group that I was traveling with, and one of them was a group of, it was a family, a human family, and me and the other fighter of our group were doing our best to help people escape when we were attacked. And when the family was running off, I heard one of our attackers say to leave them, that they were human, which is odd.
So could it have been racially motivated?
Quite possibly. Uninterested in humans, as best I can tell.
Could this be some kind of blood of Vol cult?
That's something I haven't heard of before.
Have I heard about anything like this happening in, like, the upper echelons?
No, there is very little talk of cults and kidnappings in the upper echelons, as far as you know.
I mean, the upper echelons of the tyrants.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about in, like, Arenell.
No. It's like they care. They're like, oh, the poor. What a shame.
In the Tyrants, I don't know if you would have... I don't know, how much time did Jem devote to eavesdropping in the Tyrants?
I mean, like a fair bit.
Fair
because they
amount
were-
of time.
I mean, yeah, because that was one of her main sources of information, and which is very valuable in her line of work. And two, I mean, she was probably listening to see, you know, also if any news was coming in about her. So
Yeah, okay.
Plus, she's
So-
nosy.
For sure, you would have not heard anything about the Blood of Vol.
Okay.
That is entirely new to you. Or at least, it's not something that circulates in the Tyrants. As
Mhm.
for kidnappings, there were talk of kidnappings or to go kidnap so-and-so, but it was usually specified talk
Yeah.
of, like, we want
They wouldn't just grab
this
someone off the
specific
street.
person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was much more motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jem, what is this place?
It's Velvet's.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
What else is there to say?
It's a hotel, right?
Yeah, basically.
Why are we here specifically?
It's, I know the owner. We were in good, and, you know, now we have a place to stay for the night without endangering ourselves.
Oh, something I forgot to mention that I mentioned in my head, but I didn't mention out loud. When
Oh, no.
when the navigator was leading you to your room, this place is very much a maze. So it is very, very difficult, and you now understand why there needs to be a navigator, because it's very difficult to navigate anywhere by yourself. There's a lot of dark, unlabeled hallways and a lot of turns, and even just walking back here with the navigator, you are not certain you can get back to the front on your own.
Are we going to need a navigator to leave?
Yes. Don't wander
Yeah.
off on your own. I got lost for 3 days before.
Yeah,
What?
it was really embarrassing. There was a search party and everything.
I thought you were good at stuff like that.
Normally, yeah, but this place is just really confusing. There's nothing to, like, show me things, and then hallways move, and it's really hard to just move around.
Yeah, so if you guys want milk and cookies, just ask me, okay?
Miki turns to Jem, looks her square in the face, and goes, "If I were a random person off the street and tried to get a room here, would I be able to?"
No, but that's because I know the owner. It's just bougie, that's all.
The room was 1 gold, and I give not Raina.
Careful.
I give
Miki
I give-
looks outward from the game and looks at Raina.
Me dead in the eye.
I give Jem a piece of parchment paper.
Thanks.
Or I guess I give Jem a piece of parchment, because parchment paper is for baking.
You can give
Is
Jem
this for the milk
parchment
and
paper.
cookies? Yeah, Jem looks Miki octagonally in the face and
Orthogonally?
since you looked me square in the face, might as well. I was considering, a rhomboid, but that was too much.
Patches looks Gem Klein bodily in the face.
Yeah, and I'm gonna write literal a love poem. And I think I need to roll for that, don't I?
Yes. I don't remember
Per-
what I made you roll, like a
Performance, I think, right?
performance? Yeah, sounds it. That sounds right.
It's always funnier and better if I roll low on these because I'm not good at poetry myself, so. That's a 14.
Yeah, it's it's all right. It's not bad. It's not like spectacular, but it's solid.
While Gem is doing that, Ladrill, is there somewhere we can take you that you'll be safe, or someplace where you'll, not be in danger?
Well, I was hoping to, finish the business with finding the remaining members of my caravan, and then hopefully moving on to a different city will be enough.
Do you know where we can find them?
I think so. I believe we were still somewhere close to the hilt, because so the night we were attacked, they took us for a short distance before putting us in a boat, and I think we were in that boat for a little more than a day, because it was nighttime again by the time they docked. And that makes me believe that it's somewhere close to the hilt, but away from existing cities, or at least a little a ways.
Are you, are you a perpetually moving caravan? Or is there an end goal location?
I mean, I just travel alone, so I don't typically stay in one town for too long. As for everyone else who was in my caravan, I'm not sure what their plans were. I believe most of them were hoping to go into Sharn for one reason or another.
So they might be here.
They were hoping to, but the family that escaped, I don't know if they actually made it to Sharn, or what happened to the other people that were taken with me.
Could you give us more description of who we're looking for?
Can I?
Can you give us their names, their star signs, their exact ages?
No.
Height, weight,
Social security number.
eye color.
Their favorite book?
The 3 wacky numbers on the back of their credit card.
What's their favorite Raskin Bobbins flavor?
Bank account number.
How they feel about lizard folk part-timers?
My lizard folk is a part-timer. That's my favorite manga.
Let's see what I have written down.
Can they get their credit card information to help Jotaro and the gang stop Dio? Yar days.
John always says words I don't understand.
He certainly
me
says
too.
words.
Check it off the fucking bingo card.
But this feels like a reference we should know, we just don't, because we don't read manga.
So this is what I have written down. There were 5 of us that were taken. Me, a human merchant I was traveling with, the merchant's guard, who was a half-elf, and 2 solo travelers, a half-elf and a gnome.
If they took the human merchant, do you think they set him free?
I'm not sure. We were separated at some point. I believe we were separated soon after we docked with, let's see what I wrote down. I really should have prepared more, but I was playing Red Dead 2.
Priorities.
Now, are you sure it was a gnome and not just a short person?
Like a short human.
We've made this mistake before,
I'm fairly certain.
but in reverse.
Kitty looks sad.
Oh, I give Kitty a hug. And I go, we're just kidding. I'm sorry.
I also give Kitty a hug.
In full armor?
Yes.
It's just like hugging a cactus. It reminds her of home.
It's okay, I snuggle with batteries all the time, so it's not that bad.
That's true, yeah.
When we docked, I did hear somebody say that the half-elves should be taken to the mine, and then the rest of us were taken...
To your what?
No.
Boo.
Get out. This is John's last episode on the podcast.
Someone else announced it. Does that count? That counts.
No, I think it's John
No, it
says
doesn't count
his-
because it says
yeah.
John.
It should count. I'm gonna change it so it
You need
counts.
to resign.
That's for you, Emily and Bemily.
I feel like we should now make an Emily and Bemily square.
Emily and Bemily are both allowed to take any one space on their bingo card. Anyone you want. Free Emily Bemily space.
Emily's gonna be her own bingo square one day. A guard told somebody else to take the half-elves back to the mine, and the rest of us stayed in relatively the same area before leaving on the boat again. To Sharn, I presume, since that's where I am now.
Did they mention anything for you, or just for the half-elves?
It seemed that only the half-elves were singled out.
Huh.
Do we know what mine she might be referring to?
Since you guys are not largely familiar with, exact locations of mines, I'm gonna say no.
Fair.
Here's my question for the group. Do we think... Well, I guess this was outside of Sharn, but I was wondering if the Sharn Watch Well is a mine.
Oh. Is it too coincidental that everything is connected?
In our lives, no. But
What did it say? What did the note say again?
It just said, beware the Sharn Watch Well, right? Hold on, let me go back and take a look. But it was written in Elvish.
I thought it said something about experiments or something like that. Or did I make that up?
I don't remember experiments.
I might have made that up.
Kitty's making up lore again.
No. It's just the cast gaslights themselves.
The Sharn Watch Well and continue the experiments.
Oh,
Yeah,
never
I was
mind.
like, I'm pretty sure I did mention experiments, but I also didn't want to like say it if y'all couldn't make that out in the text.
It's a good thing I
Ashley
take
gaslit
notes.
herself.
I was like, I know it was when we fought the big stinky, so I just went looking for that.
Patches has no such meta awareness, so he's not convinced things are connected yet.
Miki turns to Patches.
Patches turns to Miki.
Squarely?
Octagonally.
Roundly.
In a non-Euclidean fashion. He doesn't move, but now he's facing you.
I look through space and time at Patches.
Can someone animate this exchange, please? With the awareness that you have to animate Patches in 4 dimensions.
Patches, this was
Train
train noises.
Sorry, that's just the train you robbed. That's the ghost of the train you robbed.
It's Thomas.
He's coming back to get revenge.
Choo choo, Charlie. Patches, you made this decision, and thus you have to decide what we're doing next.
I'm gonna slide Ladrill the poem I wrote for her.
I will formulate a response when there isn't a train.
If anyone wanted to know what Ladrill's poem, or no, yeah,
Yeah,
Gem's
you guys
poem.
read it.
Dramatic reading?
If anyone wanted to know what Gem's poem to Ladrill says, check out our Instagram.
Oh, rude.
Oh, wow. Do you want me to do a dramatic reading in everyone's favorite character?
Yes.
The voice of everyone's favorite character?
Elmo?
Patrick Warburton.
Is this our little British boy?
I was thinking it would be Timmy, the little British boy.
Yes.
Please, Father, let me read the poem.
Does he know how to read?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he know how to read?
Only Braille.
Well, this poem on Discord must be a little difficult then.
I'm learning it in case my macular degeneration gets worse.
Oh my god.
Clash of sword and flash of light. You caught my eye in the midst of flight. My heart does not still when you remain in my sight.
Thank you,
It's not
Timmy.
too bad. Not too bad, y'all.
Back to the t-shirt factory.
Yeah. Back to the sweatshop with you. Chop chop.
I have to go make sweat. That's what we do there.
Ladrill accepts the paper and reads it over and says, "Oh, this is for me?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
You're welcome. You deserve nice things.
Thank you."
Kitty will sidle over and be like, Gem's the best person ever.
I'm just now realizing, now that I've passed over the poem, just how bold it is to flirt with someone in the house of my fiance's family.
Ex-fiance.
Ex-fiance.
Oops. Ex-fiance.
Patches lifts up one hand and goes, "That's not true. So, our next step, right?"
What's not true?
That Gem's the best person ever.
Yeah.
Yes, what is the plan going forward?
Gem, I think you're top 10. I would never say that you're not one of the best people ever, but
You're definitely one of the people.
you're one of the people of all time. But in this moment, Ladrill is very emotionally compromised, and I'm not sure that pushing a you know what, never mind. Point being,
If not now, when?
you'll find your person, Gem, and maybe they're closer than you think.
Patches, are you hitting on me?
Miki takes 3 steps away to the side.
Maybe they're a little further away than I originally stated.
That sounded like a threat, being in the tyrants and all.
Yeah. Is it... Do you think Smoke has a crush on me? I don't know. I wasn't getting those vibes. Anyway, ask your questions. Sorry.
Do you know where anyone else that was taken would be in the city? Like anyone who was brought here with you?
I'm not sure. When we arrived in Sharn, there was what do you? There's a spell that makes everything silent. So
Silence?
where everyone, yes, where everyone
That's
else
the one.
was taken, I'm not sure. I couldn't hear when we were separated.
There's a really low-tech version of that spell as well, like a low arcana one. It's called earmuffs. They should have tried that one. All right, well, I think our best lead then is going to the hilt and trying to find this mine.
Were you separated at the hilt, or were you separated after you got off the boat from the hilt?
Well, there was a group of 5 of us that were taken, and some of us were separated. The half-elves were separated when we docked at the hilt, and then we were separated again once we had reached Sharn, the remaining of us.
So the only place that we know of, other than where we found you, which I would argue going there again is perhaps not our wisest choice.
Unfortunately, I think whoever came with me to Sharn, if they had a similar fate to myself, it might be too late for them already.
What if the human was in on it? What if the reason they knew where to ambush you was because the human was telling them?
I don't think so. She had a business. She had a merchant caravan and hired her own guards, so it seems... Well, I mean, it's possible, but it seems counterproductive to hire a guard to fight people that you're gonna use to kidnap people. Again, it's possible, but it seems very roundabout.
It does feel a little, Did you ever watch the... Never mind, I'm not going to make that reference.
I'm just putting it out there, just in case.
It's possible, but she seemed like an honest merchant to me.
All right. Then I guess, again, the best place we can go is the hilt and look for that mine, unless we have other leads.
Well, I was just thinking, and feel free to veto this because I know it's not a good idea, but I was wondering if it would be possible to, if the arena that we were at is like a regular, structure that people use for these events all the time, then that means that someone's organizing it. And so what I was thinking was going to the workers at the arena the first night, asking for like the big boss to see if maybe we could figure out who hosted the event, and then at least we'd have a name or an organization. But I know that's like a lot of sniffing around places we don't necessarily want to be seen, so like I get it.
Yes, I don't think that going back to the same arena would be the wisest, as I think they would be quite angry with us all, since I'm supposed to be dead. And that didn't happen.
Hey, so am I.
Why?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Is everyone here wanted for something or another?
Nope. Mickey is trying to find like a pebble or something to just throw at Jem.
Can I catch it in my mouth?
Roll a dexterity check.
I need one I can trust. That's pretty darn good. That's gonna be 23.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I think it would have been far more exciting if you had rolled a nat 1 and choked on it and died.
Oh.
Why is everyone
That was the
so
end of Jem as a character. Like, that's how we lose. That's the first PC death in Beholding Out for a Hero history, is someone choking on a pebble.
Yeah, you find a very small pebble that, probably tracked in on somebody's boot, and Jem just catches it in her mouth.
Thanks for the new rock.
It tastes like dirt.
Ew.
I love dirt.
That's not sanitary.
Now, technically speaking, what the people there want is the Mentis Menace and not me, right?
They've heard you talk.
Do we have... I have a different voice now, remember?
That's right.
Kitty made it for
he has
me.
a voice box.
Yes, exactly.
I made a couple of cough drops that you can consume to change your voice for a certain amount of time.
Exactly. What I'm saying is we could use something like that, and I could try and make a deal where you get out alive and they get what they want, which seemed to just be an entertaining show.
We don't know anything about them. We
We
actually
really don't.
have leverage against them. I don't think that's a good idea.
I feel like it's too late to negotiate with them, no matter what.
It's too late to apologize.
It's too late to apologize. Too late.
I agree that it is probably too late to go back and talk to the people of that event, and I don't see much of a point in that either, since, well, I'm here already, and anybody else who was sent to that event, I'm assuming didn't make it, since it's probably over by now.
I was more thinking of going kind of behind their backs, more on like an organizational front, not going to the people who planned it exactly, but rather the people who like run the arena. And then it's like, oh yeah, we're conducting an audit on your events or something, and it's like, at least if you had the name of the organization, you could. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if they could give us the name of the organization, which is like unlikely, I'm aware, but
Can we ask, like, Harks if he can do that? I think we are a little too recognizable at this point.
Harks is on a big timeout.
yeah, I don't know if Harks is out of baby jail yet.
Either way, I think currently our time could be best spent trying to look for those half-elves from my caravan, because I think if they were moving them to a different location, they must be waiting for something. So if we are fast enough, I hope to find them still relatively okay.
So we need to get to the hilt.
Yes.
We need a boat. Can we still get a boat?
We can walk to the hilt.
I mean, isn't it a little far? It's not like a day's walk, is it? God.
Uh...
Oh, I guess we are on the hilt.
Yeah.
Which part of the hilt?
Coming from Zolargo is what she said, right?
No, she's coming from Zilspar,
Oh.
which I thought was in Zolargo because they both have Zil.
She asked for a map, and I'm assuming one of you guys has a map.
Yeah, I pull a map out of my bag. And that, boys and girls, is how you figure out how to add to your inventory for free.
Didn't you guys buy a map at some point?
Who knows? I don't think so.
I thought you guys bought a map at some point, because you always ask so many map questions.
We have very poor grasps of geography as characters.
Well, looking at where we are now in Sharn and the hilt, I think that we may have to cross the river at some point, so walking there, I'm not sure if that will be possible. From where we were taken a couple days out of Zilspar, I believe we were probably sailing from the rightmost end of the hilt, and sailing eastward some.
Right relative to what?
Sorry, eastmost end of the hilt.
Okay, that one I know.
And sailing westward.
Well, if it's the eastmost end of the hill, we don't have to. We can walk. We don't have to get on the water.
We sailed for more than a day, so I think we probably most likely ended up on the other end of the hilt, the west end of the hilt.
So you think they were close to Moonwatch?
Either that or Daggerwood.
And then they went backwards to bring you here?
Wouldn't they have just dropped you off first? Why did they go all the way over there and then come back?
They're rather dumb, huh?
Well, there was, I think there was some rotating of staff members of who was sailing us where.
Poor communication,
Can I do an insight check on this girl?
bad management.
Yes.
Yeah, none of us have made insight checks. That's a great point.
Go ahead and roll insight.
I'll join if I can.
Sure.
Can we all roll insight?
Yes.
As her story slowly falls apart in front of our eyes.
Big ol' 17.
23.
19.
17, 23, 19, and
1 minute. I
We
don't
need
know what my
single
mod
digits.
is.
Now, the real question is Ladrill lying, or did Nico just not have all this
yeah,
prepared
Ladrill is not lying. The DM needed more prep time and to play Red Dead
19.
less.
yet? Too busy yeehawing.
Mhm.
Yeah. She is giving you her most honest description of the events that had happened.
So a group that's not well organized.
Sounds like it.
Sounds familiar.
I turn and look squarely. At Jem. Choose your shape.
I turn and look conically at Miki.
I
Full rat
look
face.
obtusely at
Do you-
Kitty.
Do you look like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb?
Kitty just waves back at Patches.
Patches waves and stands contrapposto. Technically not
Geologically.
technically not a geological term. In fact, it's never been a geological term. Not a geometric term.
I would like to stand kitty corner to Jem.
Does that involve standing really close to
Am I gonna
Kitty?
get shanked?
Yes.
Ladrill looking around at all of you guys looking at each other.
We're just shifting.
Why are we all like the Office meme right now with the finger guns?
Yeah, no,
I
essentially.
was thinking Pirates of the Caribbean with the guns. Everyone at each other.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is how we brainstorm. This is normal.
So we had a boat who was willing to take us to where we wanted, but we didn't make the money needed for their sale.
Because we wouldn't commit unethical murder.
But we know an enchanter, so we could still try for that, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask if we wanted to drop by Flint in the morning and see if he was able to figure anything out.
I'm intrigued. Well, I'm confused. Was the 250 for them to be able to buy sales? Or was the 250 for us to buy passage once they had the sales?
It was for them to be able to buy the sales they needed.
Which then that would also pay for our passage.
Yeah.
It was like
Okay.
both.
Help us buy our sales, we'll let you onto the boat, kind of thing.
Because none of the players remember, the 250 gold was to help pay off the enchantment that would upgrade their sales.
So it was already purchased?
They have sales currently, but they wanted to enchant their sales.
See, I edited this recently, which is why I'm really confused. Because we keep saying it's to buy the sales, but they already have sales.
Yes.
I thought they wanted to buy new sales that were enchanted.
No, they're just enchanting their sales. Their current sales.
Oh.
Listener, let us know if you agree with us or with Elaine.
Emily and Bemily, raise your hands if you're just as confused as I am right now.
But not if you're driving.
Especially if you're driving. If you have a sunroof, lift those hands up, girl.
Actually, if you're driving, raise both of your hands.
Drive with your knees.
Drive with your teeth.
No.
Emily, remember you're not allowed to blink.
And let's take a break there as the players...
Emily is allowed to blink. Emily is.
Emily, you're only allowed to blink. You have to be blinking
As
at
the
all
players
times.
Yeah.
descend into madness.
completely right turn into nonsense world. Take a break with us, or don't. Cut to break.
In a world created by a dream, there lives a place of forgotten evil. Long fallen into obscurity and legend, a fortress swallowed by the earth beckons 4 heroes with the promise of a mythic apple said to possess the power of healing any ailment. A tabaxi searches for faith, guided by the playful paw of their goddess on their first adventure. A bard searching for hope, haunted by the fallen ruler of an ancient evil that stole them from their muse. A turtle searching for truth, fighting against injustice but plagued by doubt. And a goblin searching for self, escaping his grief by shaking hands with a malicious archfey. A story of overcoming fear in the face of adversities. Join the Storyteller's Tavern as they descend into the sunless citadel and summon light that vanquishes the darkness within the fortress's tortured halls.
And welcome back from break. We're gonna go into player planning. Players' plans are going to be what?
We're gonna go see Flint tomorrow.
In the morning.
When we can get out of here.
Staying in this room in Velvet's, there is very little besides just a plain room and like a singular lamp near the wall and the 4 beds.
To be fair, we didn't ask for much.
Are y'all just all going to sleep at once? Y'all keeping watch?
Oh, the fact that he asked makes me nervous.
I'm just curious. You don't have to.
Yeah, Jem will keep first watch.
Patches can keep second.
Yeah, I don't need a whole lot of sleep.
The no sleep squad.
Ayo!
Sure.
That covers it, because you both only need 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. That does cover
Before
it.
we go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
Kitty's gonna roll over and look at Patches and say, I'm sorry, I had presents ready for you, or I bought presents for you, but they probably won't be ready by the time we have to leave.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure we can come back and get them or something.
Have a Drazen go pick them up.
Errand boy.
Maybe I can just send my lieutenant to go get them.
Your lieutenant with a sign that says, "Please place parcels for so-and-so on this steed."
Like, they're a bit big. I know that he could carry them, but I don't know if they will be able to attach it properly without them falling at some point.
I mean, if Lieutenant Sparkles is pulling a cart, he can pull, like, what was it, 2 tons?
Yeah, we'll give him a cart.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
But yeah, so, keeping watch. Jem was first? Right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if y'all want to roll perception checks, but feel free to do so
No,
now.
we'll just choose to fail.
I'm sure it's fine.
If we abstain, do we succeed automatically?
No.
Oh.
Listen, I don't want to roll. I want to just choose my number, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Clack, clack, clack. Oh, wow, a natural 20.
What'd you get, Jem?
Okay, let me actually roll. Sorry. 13.
13? Okay. Your watch, Gem, goes by uneventfully. There are occasional footsteps in the hallway, but besides that, nothing happens.
Do we have a peephole?
No.
Oh.
Then where are we supposed to go to the bathroom?
What do you care? You don't have a bladder.
This isn't about Patches. It's about justice.
Justice.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. I'm rolling a die that my sister gave me.
Mm-mm.
Is it cursed?
Nope. 14.
Nice.
It's not blessed either. Kinda like her, but wow.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. My sister is an incredibly gifted woman.
John tells lies about his family.
Yeah. New John lore just dropped.
Yeah, with a 14, You pretty much hear the same as Jem. There's occasional footsteps in the hallway right outside of your door. Besides that, there is not anything of like dire consequence. You do, however, notice that Miki seems to be tossing and turning in her sleep. Speaking of Miki,
As per usual.
Uh-oh.
you have another dream.
Nice.
Of course, it had to be when I was on watch.
You dream of the arena set up in the crater, much like the dream you had before, where you saw Patches and all the blurred people. This time, you sit in the same space. Around you, everyone is blurred and indistinguishable, with the exception of Patches, once again, in the center. Looking at Patches, he stares at the Emperor's box and holds up something again. Looking past Patches, where the moose once was, it's gone. Patches lifts up both his hands and throws glitter. He's wearing a jester's hat. The Emperor's box, the woman leans out, reaching towards Patches when he throws the glitter, and she also is wearing a smiling jester's mask. She jumps up after he throws the glitter, standing on the nearby ledge, showing off a colorful and sparkly leotard. The audience claps and cheers. A brightly colored rainbow cloth drifts down to her as she grabs hold of it, and a spotlight follows her as she is lifted into the air. The music builds as the performer is set on a platform, tall somewhere in the sky. The colors of the worn red and white tent behind her slowly begin to swirl like a fan. Picking up speed, they blur indistinguishably, blurring her as well, in a bright whirl of colors. The music reaches a crescendo. You wake up. Everyone wakes up. It is morning. You have completed a long rest successfully, gain all your abilities and spell slots back, as you have not been attacked or anything during the night.
Did Nico just imply I'm a clown?
What do you mean imply?
It was pretty literal.
Put on the hat, Patches.
So, today we are going to visit Flint and see if he can enchant the sails for cheaper for us. And
Yeah.
if he can, we're going to go to the boat.
Everyone's gonna go together to the cogs.
Yeah, I think we should stay together.
Yeah.
Should we leave Ladriel behind?
I mean, it's probably safer here, but we only paid for the night.
Yeah. I can make somebody invisible for an hour 2 times.
But that's only 2 hours, and I feel like it's going to take us a while to get down to the cogs, look around, get out, everything. So I feel like that's not enough.
The drill, what do you feel most comfortable with?
Are the cogs very dangerous? Are you wanted in the cogs? As she looks at Jem.
Well, define wanted. Carnally, yes. Criminally, no.
I dislike this conversation.
We could always leave her though with the we could take her down to the ship's crew. Cause you have someone you trust on there, right, Patches?
Not enough to leave someone who's in our care with.
That's fair.
How far is Velvet's from the cogs?
Not extremely far, as you guys are in Dragon Eyes, and the Cogsgate district, I believe, is next door. Let me take y'all over there.
We can leave Ladrill here, come back for her.
But that's the thing though, like you know, I love working here, but would I trust them to watch over our friend in very delicate circumstances? No.
All right, then our best choice is just to have her come with.
Yeah, do we have any masks or anything? I have a disguise kit. I could disguise her.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, my only ones are Memphis themed, and that's not exactly a disguise at this juncture.
Yeah, I mean, if we take out the, I survived Memphis's soybean processing plant accident of 1861 or whatever. If we take out that hat, I'm sure I got some, like, Y2K fashion in here somewhere. We could totally make her blend in.
Who's Y2K?
I didn't think you'd heard of them. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Big in the principalities.
And you are all not concerned about being recognized yourselves?
Patches is looking different.
I look like the everyman.
She's got a point.
Couldn't pick me out of a crowd.
Nah, no one's gonna recognize me. It's fine. No one ever recognizes me.
Jem, you should put on a disguise.
Not me just inviting trouble every single time I open my mouth.
If you want to disguise Ladrill or yourself or anybody else, I'll say it'll take 30 minutes per person.
Okay.
And then you can also roll at what angle are you going at this? Like, are you like doing like, that full face makeup where you like make your face look like you have a different bone structure with contouring, or like,
yeah, we're gonna go
like
full cosplay makeup,
Okay.
I also want to make sure that we don't look too flashy, because that was an issue last time. I want to make sure we're dressed down, that we look kind of, scrungled.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Jem to disguise me by giving me a different skin tone color.
Okay.
And I'll probably put on, like, I think I have an alternate set of clothes that are more like everyday-ish that I'm gonna put on.
Sure. Yeah. Jem, go ahead and make 3 dexterity rolls plus your proficiency
Can I give her a bardic inspiration?
bonus. I don't know how that would help a whole lot in this case.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, you said what rolls?
Dexterity plus proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Also, I had the wild thought of being like, and then Miki removes her horns.
Takes them off her head.
I mean, she could. Wouldn't be pretty, but she could.
Okay. 14 is the lowest, and then 16, and then 24.
Nice. So you all have fairly believable disguises. Unless you're like being highly scrutinized at a close distance, you all believably look like different people, but like normal people, not like characters.
Not anime protagonists.
Yeah, not anime protagonists.
That's Ladrill, Miki, and Jem.
Yeah. An hour and a half later, y'all are ready to go out to the cogs?
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, heading down by Miki's guidance to the somewhat familiar district of the cogs. It is, once again, uncomfortably hot, and spending multiple hours in here is definitely going to make your makeup melt, but for now, it's okay.
Oh, we don't have setting spray?
It's hot. It's hot in the cogs.
So, if AX can do it, so can we.
You're, like, constantly powdering yourself, like, every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You I don't think you all have been to Flint's place before.
No.
No, he gave us a map. He didn't
Yeah,
even
he-
have a name.
He wrote you guys some directions.
Yeah.
Miki, if you're taking point on this, leading the group via the map, please roll a survival check. Yeah, we'll go survival check.
Man, feels wild that I'm taking lead on anything, but sure.
If you want to, but you don't have to.
That's an 11.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's an 11.
It takes you a little bit of time.
This way! No, wait. Oh, fuck. Is this... I think it's upside down. That way? This way. That
Eventually,
way.
you do find it without too much delays. It maybe takes you like an hour to walk over and then also to find it. And y'all find a...
Oh wait, we do know where Flint, his store is, because Jem and Kitty went there.
No, we didn't.
Oh
You
well.
guys did?
How?
Yeah, because I had to
When?
place my
Oh.
order.
Oh, yeah, Kitty knows.
Oh!
Kitty
I
just
forgot
watched
Kitty-
Miki the entire time.
Yeah, we don't.
That is very in character for Kitty.
Every now and again, Jen will just go, so, when do you think she's gonna find it?
Give another hour.
I heard that. I'm doing my best. Why don't you try?
Are you sure about that? You want me
No,
to?
you got this. You got this. You got this.
This feels like a trick question now.
Don't worry about it.
Being oh so helpful, you do eventually find your way to the some familiar for some of you shop of Flint, where it's a very unassuming building. You wouldn't necessarily approach it unless you knew what you were looking for, but it obviously looks like some sort of forge workspace. There is a... What did y'all... I forgot, hold on. Give me a second. Y'all told him to do things to his shop, and he will take your suggestions, so...
We told him to make a sign or like
Yeah, there
some
is
way to
a
make
sign.
it distinguishable.
It must have been at
The
least...
store name reads Flint Eastwood. And that is the only thing that distinguishes it as a store. The area itself that is kind of the front of the shop is very small, and you can see that it is filled with tools, materials, and the only thing that looks to be currently in stock is lanterns and locks. So there's a bunch of those, but everything else is kind of in the works. Approaching the store, you can see Flint at a distance, who is making more lanterns at the moment.
Hello.
Oh, hello again.
Were you able to figure out the sail enchantment stuff?
Yes, I do believe I will be able to do this, although it might take me a little bit longer than some other enchanters may take, because I do want to verify that I've in fact done it correctly, but I do think this is something I can do.
How long we talking? Like a week?
Well, it'll take a little while to get the materials, but once I have that, maybe it'll take in total 2 weeks to be sure, but maybe a week and a half.
Ooh, we don't have that kind of time.
What kind of materials do you need? Can we help with that?
DM doesn't know. It's more of a whether or not they have it in stock, or if that store has to order it in as well.
Like, what if we find it for you?
I need a way to tell you no.
If we're perfectly honest, we're a little bit strapped for cash at the moment.
That's all right. I'll because I am not very proficient in enchanting, and I haven't done this type of job before. The longer timeline will cost you less because it's not ideal.
How much?
I have 2 offers for you.
I love hearing
One.
Nico sweat.
You could do it for exposure.
Oh no!
I'm really good at talking up the Wet Eagle Inn.
600 gold.
That's
600.
That is more.
More and longer.
The
Great.
the people on the boat had, I don't know if anybody remembers, but they had said they have most of the money for their purchase. They were short 250 gold, so they have money for the sales. They just didn't have all the money for the asking price of the place they were going to.
Oh, great! So we can send this guy to them, and they can pay for it.
If we're just going to the other side of the hill, do we even need a boat or can we take a train?
Can we just buy a rowboat?
You cannot take a train.
Why not?
You can like rent a rowboat or something like that.
Flint, do you have to be here right now?
As opposed to
Can you take a trip with us?
A little trip outside. No, I'm kidding.
We have the people that need their sail enchanted.
Yeah, they might have more specifications or something like that. That way we don't have to keep walking back and forth if you like come with us to talk to them directly.
Oh, yes, I can do that. I thought you were asking me to join you on whatever sailing voyage you had. I was like, that's going to be a little difficult for me to do my work without my shop. But yes, I can go speak to the people who want to purchase the sails.
You don't want to ever adventure?
Not that I'm opposed to it, but it's just doing the jobs that you're asking me to do, and
You probably have
On the
less
move.
trauma than we do
It's-
as well.
Yeah.
it sounds complicated.
It is.
Are you happy here in this city in the life you've made for yourself?
I enjoy it.
Yeah, you wouldn't do very well as an adventurer.
Do you have loved ones or family?
None that are currently alive.
Do you have any sense of self-loathing?
Not in excess.
These aren't questions we need to be asking this man.
Or what about self-preservation instincts? Do you have any of those?
I think a moderate amount.
Yeah, you definitely not cut out for it.
Can you pop off your tail if you get scared?
I have never been so frightened in which that happened, but I would not like to. That sounds painful.
Some lizards can do that. I don't know if lizard folk are descended from lizards that can do that.
I don't speak to many lizard folk on the regular, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, you should go visit Raskin Bobbins more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there do seem to be a high number of lizard folk working at any Raskin Bobbins.
What's your favorite Raskin Bobbins flavor?
I'm quite partial to berries and thorns.
Ooh, okay.
You're a little boy who loves berries and thorn.
Oh no, that sounded so creepy.
Oh, it did, really, huh? Yeah. Can we edit that out, please? I was trying to make a little boy who loves berries and cream bit,
Oh no.
Let's walk and talk.
Yeah, he's following you.
Also, Flint, that
Yes?
other thing I asked you for.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get a chance to do that?
Oh, before the fight?
Yeah, before the fight, I think. That was like when you were on your soul-searching journey. That's what we did instead.
Mm-hmm.
Here?
Yeah?
Wait a minute. You already knew where his shop was? And you let me just take 12 wrong turns?
You didn't ask.
I mean, you were doing great. You didn't need our help.
You got there.
I do think that taking enough wrong turns in the cogs is the best way to learn the geography of the districts.
Ooh, I don't think I'm coming down here very often enough to do that.
If you get lost enough, you'll remember where you're going.
You really need to try the Cogs branch of IHOP. That's where it's at.
If we have to leave before you're done with that, we may be sending a unicorn with a pink mane driving a cart, and I might stick a rock that says, "This is for Kitty's order." It'll just play on repeat to pick up the items.
All right. That's okay.
Perfect.
What color would this unicorn be?
Pink.
He's like taking notes. A pink
No,
unicorn.
pink mane, but what color is the unicorn hide?
Hide? Would you call it a hide?
The
Coat.
fuzzy
It's his
was
coat.
the exterior.
Also acceptable. It's white and sparkly.
I meant to say withers, but it didn't come out right.
No, you're thinking of the Minecraft, the Withers.
No, horse withers.
Is that a thing?
Withers? I don't know. You're the one who likes the horses.
Hold on. I'll call my friend Katie. She'll know.
The withers is the ridge between the shoulder blades of an animal, typically a quadruped.
Hold on.
I wouldn't say that's the withers then.
Yeah, that's like a specific
I mean, it's
location.
any
on there.
part of the horse.
No.
Any part of
terms
the
of-
horse.
At least according to Red Dead Redemption 2, in terms of like horse colors, they usually call them coats.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Oh,
better
it's-
one.
Not to be confused with blazers.
Hold on.
Or jackets.
Cardigans.
Are you calling Katie?
Yeah, hang on. Hold on.
This truly is the sidetrack episode.
Hold on, hang on.
We're doing our best, kind of.
We're squarely on the sidetrack. Hold on. God damn it. Katie!
Tell us about horses.
Oh, she called me. Katie.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What's a horse wither?
What do horses have withers?
Yes, they do.
What is it?
What is a horse wither?
It's the bone above their shoulder that connects their shoulder to their neck. It's generally where you put their saddle pad in their saddle.
Boom.
Hang on, let me find a horse picture for you.
Thank you,
And if you want to
Katie.
see this horse picture, you can find it on Holding Up for a Hero on Instagram. Thank you so much for your help, Katie.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no problem.
Thank you, Katie.
You're a horse expert. Everyone's saying thank you.
Oh. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Oh. John, you're such a good friend.
All right.
And you arrive at the docks, introducing Flint to Xanabar's crew and Xanabar to Flint, and they discuss prices and timelines. What are y'all doing now?
If it takes 2 weeks, I don't think we should stay in town for 2 weeks.
Well, what I was gonna ask is, does the crew / boat / sails need to be here the entire 2 weeks? Because if not, can they bring us to, what's it called? Moonwaters first?
Do they like this lizard folk enchanter that we've brought them?
Yeah, they seem to be getting along and reasonably talking business. I mean, they're not like immediately buddy buddies, but like
No marriage proposals.
yeah, no love poems between them, but they're working it out.
Does it look like they're convincing Flint to become a sailor?
No.
Oh.
Once they figure out their payment and timeline and deadlines for that, Kitty, you ask Xanabar whether or not the ship needs to be here during that whole time, and Xanabar tells you that it does not need to be here while they wait for the sails to... Oh, wait, no. Because the sails would be off of the ship.
We don't need them.
We can row.
They could go short distances because there are rows.
Yeah, but realistically, like, what is the distance? Like, how many miles are we talking?
Like, can they bring us to the western end of the hilt and back?
The answer is
or
yes.
just the western end.
They can bring you to the western end of the hilt and back, unless you guys are spending days out there, which it doesn't sound like you guys are spending days out there. And it would take...
Yeah, could we, like, Viking row this ship over to the other side?
Could we just bring Flint with us? And he can chant it on the way?
Just, yeah, cantrip after cantrip. Could we buy an electric fan and hold it up to the sails?
You would if the sails were on the ship.
They just blow away.
Can we buy a motorboat?
Let's see. It would take you a little longer than a day. Maybe like hold on, let me bust out the calculator. Maybe a day, about a day and a quarter without the sails to get from Sharn to the, what is that, Moonkeep?
Oh, it's Moonkeep. I keep calling it Moonwater.
No, Moonwatch. You're right.
Moonwatch,
it's Moonwatch.
okay.
Moonwater. the sixth Raskin Bobbins flavor.
Is anyone keeping a list of the Baskin Robbins?
I am.
Raskin
Yeah,
Bob-
Nico
okay.
is. There's only 13, you know.
Yeah, there's only 13, not counting the seasonal flavors.
Yeah, dirt special.
That means we can invent infinite seasonal flavors.
Yeah, we're in winter time, right? Like, we're reaching winter.
Yeah.
Guys.
One of them is definitely called Lizard Folk Kiss.
One is just mistletoe flavored because it's poisonous.
That's also a seasonal flavor.
One is also mistletoe flavored, but it shoots your toes off at people.
Alrighty. Xanabar sends Flint off after giving him the money and says that they'll take down the sails and have someone bring it over. As for the rest of you...
So when can we leave if now the sails are getting enchanted? And do we need to pay them any money? What are the logistics of getting out of here?
I feel like they should do it for free because we found them a big discount on their sales.
We think we found them a big discount on their sales.
Well, they just paid it.
Yeah, they don't need the $250 that they needed extra. That's a lot of money.
Are you guys having this conversation in front of them?
Yes.
No, we're having this conversation with them.
I feel like it's intrinsic to our plan that we're like, so we found you this cool guy.
Xanabar is like, yeah,
Can you take us somewhere closer?
sure. I appreciate the effort that you guys put in helping us get our sails, so I can return that favor.
Ideally, we need a round trip to Moonwatch.
Round trip to Moonwatch. Alright, without the sails, he tells you expertly, because he is a sailor and he knows how to do things, that that's gonna take a day and a quarter to sail there. And that's a one-way, so like day and a quarter to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably take us less than a week to get our stuff in order once we get there.
Also, does he recognize us? Because most of us are disguised.
And now we have one extra.
Once you guys start talking, he does recognize you, and Patches, looks the same.
They know me.
Kitty's also not disguised.
Yeah. With a little bit deducing, it's not too hard to figure out.
I feel like with Miki's case, she looks exactly the same. She's just a different color.
With a
so
filter
they're
on.
probably just like questioning, like, I thought she was purple.
She's just bright green.
In the heat, I turn blue. It's my blood.
She's like a mood ring.
Miki's a walking mood ring.
New tiefling variant just dropped.
But in the case of us leaving, I think we are ready to leave ASAP.
Yesterday.
We'll be ready to leave in 30 minutes.
Great.
Perfect.
All right, no rush. If you guys want to run down to Raskin Bobbins or something, or just, as soon as you're ready. We don't want to inconvenience you.
Maybe we should go to Raskin Bobbins while we wait.
Yeah, you guys have a little bit of time.
Yeah, we're going to make a quick RB run.
Would you like anything? We'll pick you up some ice cream.
Some moon water.
Sure, I'll have a moon water.
Dirt's in season right now.
No, dirt's a seasonal spring flavor, so mistletoe is the seasonal flavor right now.
I can't believe it.
Chicken quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Emma says that she'll have Coralot.
Oh, yeah, a classic. That's a good one.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Quesadilla.
Okay, so Xanabar wants mistletoe?
Wants moon water.
Oh, moon water.
Classic. Delicious.
Can one of them be very meta game named and be Click Clacks?
It's like moose
Sure.
tracks. And then the other one, Emma, right?
Emma wanted Coralot.
How do you spell that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Write
just
it
spell
phonetically.
However you
Coralot.
It's
think.
goblin, so it's,
It doesn't translate to common well.
Okay. And Jem's just writing down everyone's orders. Like, okay, what do you guys want?
It's like a coffee run, but it's all pints of ice cream.
Yeah.
Theoden passes. She says she doesn't want anything.
Are you sure?
Thanks, but no thanks.
You don't want any Black Dragon's breath?
I think we have all of our 13 flavors now.
Big Steve's special?
Every so often, they mix it with another flavor to create a different Dragon's Breath
There's
flavor.
also a secret menu.
Yeah, if you ask for an animal style, they put bugs in it.
Maggots and water with extra maggots.
Yes!
Yeah, that's right. A lot of
Like
lizard folk
boba.
eat there, so they have extra protein.
But if you ask for the elf variant, it's a lot of like spearmint or mint leaves.
Yeah, it's leafier. If you ask for a dwarven style, they put little chunks of chocolate in there. And it's like you're mining for ore.
Oh.
Alrighty. So you guys do your Raskin Bobbins run, and
When we're at Raskin Bobbins,
Mhm.
I'm going to rush the counter, slam my hands on the front of it. Is it the same worker? As always?
almost identical. Maybe Jem is not that great at recognizing lizard folk faces, but this Raskin Bobbins worker looks so similar to the one that you normally go to in what do you call it?
Oh, we're in a different district.
Yeah, what district do you normally go? What?
You tell us, friend.
The one that the
Dragon Eyes?
chicken
Rowan's
is
Gate?
in.
Rowan's Gate? Rowan's Gate.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go, what's your name?
You didn't read his name tag.
Do they wear name tags? I thought the other one didn't.
They finally have name tags.
Do they have name tags, Nico?
Let me get you their name.
Does the name tag say anything? Is it a blank name tag?
It just says, "Hi, my name is."
It has a name on the name tag, and the name says
Raskin Bobbin.
Rescue Bobby.
Rah,
Big
rah, rescue
Steve.
team.
the name is Dresk.
It's what?
Dresk.
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 Dress.
Dresk.
And trying to recall whether or not this was the name tag, the same name tag as the previous Raskin Bobbins. Yeah, you don't remember.
Can I make a history
It
roll?
might be. No.
No.
DM tips with Nico. Just flat out say no.
My stomach hurts
That was
this
like-
episode.
The thing is, that's also the most innocent role I could have asked for. Like, do I remember? And Nico's like, get short-term memory loss.
Okay, bank that though. The next time you ask to do something crazy, you can be like, well, you said I couldn't roll for that other thing I really wanted.
Hold on, let me make a big old
It's a
note.
token. It's blackmail.
Nico did it.
The people on Reddit are gonna hate it if you keep telling me no, so you have to let me try and seduce the Tarask.
Make a history.
Can Tarasks read poetry and can they comprehend it?
Should I write
And
a
you know
poem?
what? We'll pick up in this Raskin
Wait,
Bobbins.
wait. I want to do a bit first. Have you seen that Reddit post where it's my dog has no interest in the works of Impressionism?
No.
No.
What?
It's that, except it's my Tarask has no interest in the works of poetry.
What?
Thank you.
I don't think I'm keeping this bit in.
But it's so funny.
Everyone mark off on your bingo cards. John makes a joke that the cast doesn't understand.
I've already made like 3 of those this
I know.
episode.
I hope you're all finished there. Glad we could settle this nicely. Now, my employer is very keen to retrieve all of these records, so if you hear anything else about these records, you can put it in the papers as "Beholden Out for a Hero," written as all one word on Instagram, and we'll be sending someone out your way. Now, on the behalf of my employer and their associates Keith Baker and Wizards of the Coast, we kindly thank you for your business. See you around, cowpoke.